My name is Vincent, and my pathogen project is on the pathogen Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus is most commonly known for causing MRSA, and its identity is a bacteria. Biology of infection, Part 1. Someone can get this pathogen by direct contact through any open wounds on the body, such as cuts, scrapes, and surgical incisions. Humans are usually the most common host, but livestock, poultry, and pets can get it as well, similar to the way humans obtain it. This all leads back to how humans can get it through our food, eating poultry and meats from livestock. Biology of infection, Part 2. Infection or life cycle. Once the Staphylococcus aureus pathogen enters the body, it starts by attacking the soft tissues in the keratinocytes, which is what causes boils on the skin. If it progresses without being treated, then it can start to attack bone tissues and joint tissues. Once Staphylococcus aureus enters the body, it will take up to 2 days for immune response to kick in. After about 3 days, it will start to develop boils and skin infections. Evading the immune system. The Staphylococcus aureus pathogen can be an extremely tricky and smart pathogen to avoid being detected by our immune systems. In the body, it creates a biofilm to block any immune cells. It also releases protein A, which blocks any sort of antibodies from killing it off, as well as killing any that protein A does not stop. Symptoms of the pathogen. The most common symptom that Staphylococcus aureus causes is large boils/pimple-like bumps on the skin. Following these bumps are more serious symptoms such as fever, chills, and fatigue. In severe cases, it can even cause conditions such as sepsis. For most people, the chances of survival are quite high due to the well-developed treatments. Elderly people and people that are quite unhealthy have a more slim chance of survival due to already being highly susceptible. Story of a patient with this pathogen. Carrie Cardello, a 33-year-old woman, woke up Christmas morning feeling extremely sick. She went to the doctor, and they sent her home because they said she had a fever. She went back again, and the doctors told her family that she was dying. MRSA started to infect her legs, and it started to attack her vital organs. The doctors couldn't contain her infection, so they told her they would have to amputate her legs. They put her under surgery, and she woke up a while after, barely being able to survive, and her legs were amputated off. This goes to show that even when doctors send you home for something as simple as a fever, it is important to pay close attention because diseases like MRSA jump into your body and start shutting things down extremely fast. And then they lead to things such as your legs getting amputated. I don't know what I would do without my legs. That's horrible. History of the pathogen. Staphylococcus aureus has been affecting us humans for an extremely long time, and it has been thought to be identified in the 1880s. Back then, we had very little knowledge about this pathogen and had no idea how to treat it. Today we have treatments that can practically get rid of it, and we have a pretty thorough understanding of what it is and what it does to the human body. It's interesting to see that diseases can start hundreds and hundreds of years ago and still live to today's time. I'm curious what keeps them alive. Treatment protocols. The Staphylococcus aureus can be treated with many different antibiotics such as vancomycin, linezolid, daptomycin, and much more. It may seem like there are many ways to treat it, so you shouldn't worry, but you should try your best to prevent it with frequent hand washing, and if you have any sort of cut/scrape, then make sure that you keep it very clean and keep a bandage over it as well. It amazes me to see how far the medical field has gone since years ago in terms of discovering new ways to treat some of the most deadliest diseases. I'm sure that with enough time, people in the medical field will come up with ways to eliminate diseases and conditions such as diabetes that don't currently have a cure. Current status. It is estimated that about 2 billion people globally carry Staphylococcus aureus, but only about 53 million people actually show symptoms. This pathogen has been most prevalent in America, Asia, and Africa, especially in elderly people and those with weaker immune systems. MRSA, in fact, is curable, but does take some time to be cured due to how tricky Staphylococcus aureus can be. These pathogens are getting smarter and smarter. It's almost like they're learning, but how if they don't have any sort of brain to retain information? What makes pathogen so different than humans? Because without a brain, we can't function, but they can do just fine. Fun facts. The Staphylococcus aureus pathogen is one of the leading causes for food poisoning in humans. This means that you could have Staphylococcus living inside of you at this very moment. Fact number 2. Staphylococcus aureus is very, very adaptive, which means why there are so many different antibiotics that can treat it. Like I said before, since 1880, this pathogen is learning to dodge and fight off many of the different treatments we have for it. It's getting smarter. And fact number 3, it can survive on surfaces for months before it dies off, which doesn't make sense because how does it live without any kind of food source? And the one myth, all Staphylococcus aureus infections cause MRSA. This is not true. Although staph is the main cause for MRSA, it is not the only cause. And this is why some people can carry this but won't show any sort of symptoms. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm hoping that you learned just as much as I did, and I'll see you next time.